Here we go. We're going to 53.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Oh, Zeke with a quick feed. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Hey, kill. 47. 26.
Now Prescott. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. They'll try to sweep with Elliott. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Here we go, 46. Hey, kill. 47. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 33 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Back to throw, Stafford. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
22. Watch the shot. Hey, 50. Hey. Mike 48.
They are going to go for it. It's Stafford. Pressure from his line, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Sean Lee, the longtime vet, getting in and getting to the QB. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got him that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Elliott, toss right. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run it with Lewis. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitzes.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch, and the Cowboys will add on to their lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The first down carry here for Johnson. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. So you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit, from 21 yards away. And the Lions have got it back to a 1-score game. Prater for the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now this one complete on the slant route. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Devon Kennard drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. On 4th, they do snap it to Prescott, and they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Lions will get the football. Horrific field position. And Detroit getting set to go now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
They stay on the ground on first for Johnson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Extra point good by Prater. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun again to Elliott. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Complete to Jason Witten. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
A reminder coming up here at halftime, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Stafford. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there. It's time for the sack. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Back deep for the Cowboys, Tavon Austin. This is taken at the 10. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
They start on the ground with Elliott. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. The tackle made there by Jarrad Davis.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Watch the way. Kill.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On 1st and 10, Prescott. It'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Switch it. Here we go.
Prescott. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Cooper again the target, and it's 3rd and short.
It's 3rd down and 1 yard to go.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Final play of the half. Prescott. Cooper's got it. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Time for... No, I'm not mad at you for skipping halftime, but can I just have a sip of water real quick? Please? Thank you. All right, let's go. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
Here we go.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And they start the second half with Johnson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Stay 50. Switch gears.
They go to Johnson again. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
A loss of 2 yards. It's 3rd down and 5.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
21. Give me radar.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Throwing to Stafford. Looking downfield for Jones. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me. 53. Ready. 25. Check 29.
To throw again. Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 15 yards on the play. First down. On first down. It's Johnson looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
On second down, here's Stafford. Flush to his right. And that's going to be incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. There's the stiff arm. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now at Ford Field. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the 4th quarter. A first down carry by Elliott. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. To throw is Prescott. Now that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. The Cowboys will go. Prescott. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Devon Kennard. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill out the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Again, it's Johnson. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To the right and complete to Galladay. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
The Lions on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
Here we go. 51. Hey, D-line.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
They go to Elliott again. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. The Cowboys on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. He's back to throw. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Now Prescott on 4th down. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Check 26.
One last shot now for Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game.